Hey, Tiny Extreme YouTube channel here. Welcome again. Today I'm going to be talking about, remember my first video was about these accessories I came up with for the purpose of having my wood gasifier stove and my alcohol stove to be steady and provide me a surface so that I can have, put my pot there without having to knock it over, and stuff, and have an insulation barrier between the cold floor and the stove. Alright, so here is a correction I made to it. In the first video I put a piece of closed foam that I cut out of one of those sleeping pads from Walmart, and I put it under. But guess what? That did not resist the heat too many times, and it started making like a hole in the middle here about the size of the stove. So it didn't resist much. So what I did was I took it out and I replaced it with this piece of cardboard. This is cardboard, and then remember the glue that I use, which is not glue, is the silicone for engines from the auto parts that resists 750 degrees Fahrenheit. I used it again to glue it, but the other thing I did was to cover it with it outside to keep the moisture from ruining it, because the first time I used this, I used it and the cardboard works fine. It resists the heat, nothing happens to it, but it was getting wet with the floor. So I guess with the heat from the stove and the cold, the snow and everything, all the ice under it, it started melting and started getting, wet, getting the cardboard wet. So I coated it with that silicone, and guess what? Now it's waterproof, and I have my insulation. Well, that's the only correction I made to it. I continue to use it. It's very good. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do another one of this, but smaller, for my smaller pot, because this is for the frying pan. It's perfect, but for the smaller pot, I just put it in the center and start, moving it so that I can feel this ends here sticking out, so that I can imagine, use my imagination to center it. I can also, see the flames, and helps me some to the certain point. But it's best for me to have one smaller, tailor-made to the exact size of this smaller pot. Okay, that's it. That's it for now. Until my next video later.